Hello, replay viewers. Thank you for coming in. As you're coming in, type hashtag replay and also type in where you're coming in from as you're coming in. Thank you, and welcome to our weekly embroidery check-in. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Hello, thank you for coming in. Where are you coming in from? Hey, Miss Yvette, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Just going to give it just a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes, just a little bit for a few more people to come in. North Carolina. Thank you for typing in there. Montgomery. Awesome. Thank you for coming in. Welcome in, Andrea. Thank you for coming in. Hello, everybody. Linda Casey. Hello, North Carolina. Thank you. Okay, awesome. North Carolina. North Carolina in the house. I see two of them in here already. Gonna be doing something a little still baby related products. Hi, and welcome in. And if y'all think anybody else would be that this live would be helpful for, please share it out to anyone who you think that this will be helpful for. This helps motivate me to get my stitching week going, because again, I do most of my stitching on the weekend whenever I have stitching to do. And I'm a little later tonight as well. Usually I come in between 8 or 9 o'clock Central Time. So tonight, we'll go ahead and get started. I know it's late already. So tonight, what I'm going to be doing, okay, did you do a bib and a burp cloth in one frame? Yes, I did, Andrea. I did. Well, no, let's back up. That correction. I used to do them in the bib, in the large hoop at the same time. I used to do a bib and a burp cloth, but I don't do it that way now. My bibs, I made those longer. So I do that in a hoop by itself, and I do the bib in a hoop by itself. Now, I did make some bibs here lately where I did two in a hoop as well. So I don't currently do a bib and a burp cloth in the hoop at the same time, but I used to do it that way. And the only reason why I don't do it that way now is again because the bib is longer now. I'm kind of altered the size. That's a great question. Thank you for that. So we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. So tonight I'm going to be doing a end of hoop teething blanket. And this was an idea. I was on here last week. I was showing some of the bibs that I did. I had about and I was actually kind of cutting those out. This is one of the ones that I did. And so it's like the buffalo plaid on the front. And then the minky dot on the back. So, and I haven't finished it, y'all. I usually go back and top stitch them, put the snaps on them, and close it up as well. But when you top stitch it, that's also closing it, is what it happens at the same time. So, all right. So I'm gonna come back to the chat. If y'all have any questions, please type those in there because I'll come back and answer those. Right now, I want to just go ahead and get started with the project, so we're not here much longer. I know it's already late. Sorry, that was a fly. I'm not losing it, y'all. I mean, not a fly, it was a mosquito. Sorry. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing a teething blanket tonight, and we're going to be doing that in the hoop as well. My plan is to do it in this hoop. I like to use mighty. Well, when I usually use the green hoops whenever I do bibs and burp claws. That's what I normally use. And at first I wanted to use a mighty hoop, but then I said, okay, well, I know several people that come in, they have the buy machine. And I know when you first get the machine, you don't always go straight and buy mighty hoops because a lot of times you don't have the money. I know because you just purchased the machine, right? So I said I was going to go back to these green hoops tonight. That way, if you have a buy machine, if you wanted to do this project, you can. So I'm going to put this to the side here. Excuse me, y'all. I'm shaking y'all up here. So I got this design from Creative Fabrica. After I get the project going, and when it start doing a personalization, I'll give you more information on the design as well. So, and according to the direction says to use tearaway or water soluble. For my bibs and burp cloths, I usually use a cutaway, but I'm gonna use a tearaway this time. And just a heads up, now this does not fit my hoop, right? It's really too small, but I'm gonna just take and maybe double it up in there just to try it with the tearaway, like the person who created this design suggested. At first, I was going to use cutaway because cutaway is what I know and it's what I like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a tearaway because that's what they suggested. That's what the designer suggested. So this is not the proper way. Just this is not the proper way that you will stabilize your projects, because you want to make sure that your stabilizer is one full sheet. So I'm not sure if you all can see that. And excuse this back here, y'all. This is Christmas stuff we've been hiding out here in the shop. So set this to the side here. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's do it this way so y'all can see. Okay, so we'll go ahead and measure maybe about 2 or 3 pieces of tearaway. Because this tearaway that I have is really, really paper-like. I don't know if there's some tearaways that's more like a cloth-like. So it's not straight. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to use this to measure a few more pieces. And I don't know, maybe cut about 3 or 4 pieces, and then I'll just kind of put it in the hoop there. We'll hoop it. And again, this is not the proper way to stabilize your project. It should be one solid piece that's large enough for your hoop. But I'm going to improvise tonight because this is all I have. The tearaway that I have is too small for this hoop. When I purchased this, I was using a single needle machine at the time, and I had a 5x7 hoop. This size was perfect for that. So now I'm just still trying to use it to get rid of it, right? So I'm gonna step away to put this to the side. Let's see, another mosquito. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry, y'all. We're here in the South, and even though it's cool here now, we still see mosquitoes here. Now, that was me hitting a mosquito, y'all. Forgive me. We family over here, right? So y'all understand. Okay, so again, I'm using the buy hoop tonight because I was trying to go back to this because I know a lot of people don't have mighty hoops. Mighty hoops is what I prefer for a lot of the projects that I have hoops for. I'm going to go ahead and use this tonight, though. So again, I have 4 pieces here. I have 4 pieces of stabilizer. I'm just going to do them like so. I don't know if y'all can see that. That way, so it at least be big enough for the hoop. I'm going to put my bottom ring here. And just kind of spread them out to be able to hoop them. I'm going to try to hold it up for you all so you can see it. So this is roughly what I'm doing. This is where their meet at. And I got it long enough. Let me tilt you up some. Okay. So this is the way that I'm hooping it, y'all. And I don't know if you can see that, but I got it lapped over each other. Got my bottom hoop here. That way is long enough to meet the top of the hoop, the bottom of the hoop, and still overlapping there. So we're improvising tonight, okay? And again, this is not the proper way to do it. If you are doing it, you should have a solid piece of stabilizer. So I'm gonna use what I got. So I have that on, and I'll go ahead and put my other hoop on. And I am not a fan of these green hoops, because look at this, I'm a mess. That's why you should do stabilization the right way. So it's okay, I'm just gonna work it out. It'll be all right. And again, I usually use cutaway, but since the designer called for tearaway, I'm gonna try that, because I know with these teething blankets, when I do my bib and bird cloths, they're a little stiffer than I've seen teething blankets be. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they're recommending the tearaway. This is the main reason why I was thinking about using the mighty hoop. If I was using the mighty hoop, this would already be done. It's so much more easier to use. So I'm trying to hold it here on the side. These green hoops have you struggling. Okay, so, and then it's separated. Boo-boo. So let's just pull it back together here. I'll tell y'all what, I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. Because if it takes too much time, I'll just go ahead and use the mighty hoop or something. It's a struggle with these green hoops. So I'm trying to use them because I know some people have them. Okay. I'm sorry, I got my arm in front of the camera. Worked up a sweat, y'all. Okay, so I got it in there. And y'all, again, after I get the project on and it start doing a personalization, I'll be sure to come back and check the chat. So hang out with me, y'all. I promise I'm not ignoring you all. Okay, so I got that tightened up there. Now there is a gap here. Again, this is not the proper way to do it, y'all. But fingers crossed, we're gonna hope it be okay. So I'll be sure to just make sure that when it's going over it, that I make sure that it doesn't get caught in it. So I'll just wash the machine pretty close. Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna walk away. Okay, so I already have my design pulled up. Okay, so just going over here to the machine to go ahead and put this on the machine here. Okay, so also I need to check my bobbin because I didn't do that. I don't know why that's got jammed in there. One moment, y'all. That got jammed in there. Okay, so I'm just checking my bobbin to make sure I have enough thread on it before we get started. And it does. So I'm going to put that back in the machine. Okay. And I already assigned my colors and everything to the design. Another thing I need to do is change my hoop size. And let's see here. And for your buying machine, this says, and it's telling me it's too large because I had it on another frame that I was using earlier. So I'm just changing my frame. And if you have the buying machine, the hoop that I'm using is the size B. That's on your machine. When you select it, it's B. Okay, so it fits fine. So let's see here. Okay, just double checking my colors there. So before I put my hoop on, I usually like to trace it first, just for it to center. And because of this here, where I have it overlapping because I'm hooping improperly, I want to try to make sure that that's not going to get caught. Before I start the machine, I'm going to check the placement again. And this is a little rough getting this on here. These green hoops are from the devil. Lord. Excuse me, y'all, but anybody who has a buying machine, y'all know that these green hoops, they are tough to deal with. They're really tough to deal with. But you do what you got to do. So let's see here. Double check this arm. Okay, that's good. So, oh, jeez Louise. Okay, now I feel like a true beginner. I'm having this trouble here. I don't know. Let me tighten this arm up. It's been loosening up on me for some reason. So I'm going to tighten this arm up over here before I get started. Yeah, I popped out my tools like I'm a mechanic. When you have these type of machines, you have to be able to do these things yourself, you know. And don't be scared to get in there and try it. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know if it's stripped out or what, but that arm keeps sliding out on me. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, I'm struggling tonight. I hadn't used this hoop in a while. The struggle is real, y'all. Still didn't catch. So for y'all that have the buying machine, y'all not the only ones that struggle with these hoops, y'all. They are kind of rough to like deal with sometimes. I'm just concerned that my registration is going to be off now. This arm keeps sliding. I don't know what's going on. Y'all, thank you for hanging tight. Promise after I get this on, I'll be sure to read the comments. So tonight, y'all see me be able to do some troubleshooting here. I have not used that hoop in a while. I usually use the bigger hoop, the biggest hoop that comes with the machine. Okay, let's try again. Let's see here. And make sure I don't have the hoop pushed too far through here. Let's see here. Okay, now y'all, what is really going on? Okay, this is not working. And this got caught up under there. Give me a second, y'all. Have to rework this. One more, y'all. The struggle is real. Y'all see I'm sweating in here. But let me try this again. Then it started going on there. Then my stabilizer, which again, this is not stabilized the right way, y'all. So I'm trying to pull this a little bit and try to put it back in there. I'm just trying to just work with these hoops, y'all. Maybe. Okay, now. Let me turn it the other way. Try it this way. I don't know if that's going to work either, but I'm going to try it. Excuse me. And I'm just trying to, and I'll probably just go ahead and use some tearaway, cutaway. Let me think. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to switch it up, y'all. We're going to get rid of this tearaway. I tried to do what the designer said, but I don't have the proper size of tearaway. So I'm going to go with what I know. I'm going to use some cutaway. And, excuse me, I didn't mean to just walk away. But I'm going to use some tearaway. I'm going to use what I got. And then just figure out, I'm shaking y'all. Because I know she's probably recommending the tearaway because the tearaway is not as stiff. You know, you can tear the tearaway off versus using the a cutaway. A cutaway. So no problem. We don't quit. We don't give up over here. We might cut it short and come back another day, but we don't quit. This buy machine, you have to be willing to learn and hop on that and deal with that learning curve. So just gonna change it up, go back to what I know. But so just keep that in mind if y'all choose to do this project. If you have they call for tearaway. This design is about 8 inches by 8 inches, so you have to have a stabilizer for at least that big. So all right, so we're gonna go back to the cutaway here. And thank y'all for hanging in with me. Thanks for your patience. So I'm just gonna use the cutaway is what I'm using. Yeah, we don't quit, we don't give up over here, guys. And again, I'm trying to use these green hoops because I know everybody don't have the mighty hoops, you know. Mighty hoops make things so much easier. Okay, so we got it stabilized again. We're gonna go ahead and use some cutaway. So now let's try this again. Let's try to get back to the machine. Let's try. All righty. Let's see here. Is it? Do I have my hoop up too far? Because you got to make sure it's not up too far. We need to clear the arm, the handrail, arm rail. So let's try. Honey, I say the struggle. Okay, let's hope that this is right. Okay. And again, make sure it catch the lip. You have the bond machine. I always say, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I got to make sure it's up underneath the lip behind the braille there. Okay, so we got that on. So I'm just tracing it right now. And I think this hoop is like about 11-inch hoop. The design is almost 8 inches, so I know it's going to work, but I have trust issues, so I trace it again just to be sure. Okay. All right, so we put on about 700. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm still going to take a little bit of time before I get to the chat, because starting with this, I have to be able to lay my fabric and everything like that. And I want to say this design was maybe about 2,500 stitches. Oh, I just had a thread break. This is going to be one of them nights, y'all. All right, no problem. Let's try to get it rethreaded here. No problem. Y'all say y'all want to see troubleshooting, so you made it on the right night tonight. So I'm just rethreading it. My thread broke. And truth is, it's probably time for me to change this needle out, because now that I'm thinking about it, I had some trouble with this same thread the other night. So it's probably time for me to change the needle. And something just keeps going with the same thing. I haven't changed the needle in a while. I actually need to do maintenance on the machine like a long time ago. We're going to be honest about it. And I know some people that beeping bothers. It doesn't really bother me at first. It used to. Lord, I need some better eyes. Let's see here. Thank y'all for your patience, guys, ladies. Alright, got it in there. Alrighty, almost done here. Alright, I'm coming. Stop beeping at me. I'm coming. Almost done. Just trying to put the thread back down through the presser foot here. Alrighty. Cut this a little shorter. Because it broke, the thread broke, I'm gonna go back. I'm going to go back a few stitches. Usually they say about 10, but I'm going to go back about, oh, that's more than, I'm going to go back about 30 because it was looking kind of wonky. We'll just see where the machine take me to. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and start there. Hopefully it'll let me finish this because I'm only using this needle one time for this project. Everything else is going to be a different color. Okay, so, and I did this in black so you all can see the placement stitch. Can you guys see that? So, okay, so the designer, turn y'all a little bit there. Okay, so the designer says to the first piece of fabric that's going to go down, and Crafty Puerto Rican, this is probably going to answer your question. You had a question last week in a chat that I forgot to, I didn't see it, so I do apologize. This is from last week, and this is for Juana with Crafty Puerto Rican. I think you asked the question, do I put the stabilizer, do I put the fabric on the stabilizer? It was something pertaining to that. I cannot remember that answer. But just like with the bibs and bird cloths, you do the same thing. I usually do cutaway, do the placement, and then I'll go ahead and put the fabric over there. So I hope that answers your question. And let me know if it does, and I'll try to confirm or answer that later after I start reading the comments, guys. Thank you so much, y'all, for being patient as well. I knew this was going to be a little bit more hands-on. So, all right, so the first piece of fabric that goes down on top of the placement stitches, you need to have that facing up because that's going to be the top layer on your bib. Okay, that's like, on the teething ring. So just like this is, see where the buffalo cloth is on the top, the buffalo plaid is on the top, and then got the bumpy on the back. So the first layer that goes on the stabilizer is going to be the one that's going to be your top layer. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on there. Oh. Oh my, did I just close your out? I did just shut it down. I just shut the live down. Can you believe I did that? One second, y'all. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I'm trying to find you all. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I lost y'all for a second there. Just a moment here. And okay, guys, can y'all hear me okay? Somebody please. Okay, you said no, I didn't shut it down. Thank you. Can y'all hear me okay? Just trying to make sure I did not mess with the volume. What's going on here? Yes, thank you. Thank you, y'all. Sorry about that. This has been one of those nights, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go back and go ahead and cut a piece of fabric. The design is about almost 8 inches. So I'm going to cut maybe about 9 or 10 inches. Just cut straight across this here, though. Maybe about 10 here as well. Thank y'all for hanging in there because this has been one of those nights. This needs to be, the blade needs to be changed. Let's see. All right. Okay, so I have that cut. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and place this on here. I usually try to press any fabric that I'm using on the bib and burp cloths when I'm doing those. Let's see here. Hopefully I got this straight on here. Okay, I hope I have this straight. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back to the machine, place this back on, and it's going to do the tack down stitch next. Hope you guys can see. Okay, so I like to have a ruler in my hand here. So just to make sure that my fabric doesn't shift. So I'm not putting my hand in front of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And this is the tack down stitch. And it looked like I placed my fabric crooked. Good thing this is just a test. So when you're using plaid, you got to make sure that you're placing it straight, because if it's not, they will know. Okay. All right, guys, so I can finally read the chat. Thank you all so much for being patient here. Let me try to see if I can pull my live back up here. Let's see here. Sorry, I've been sweating tonight now because everything seems to be going wrong. Let's see here. Alrighty, so that's going now. I've never done this design before. The font that's going to be on it, I've never used this font before. I got this off of Creative Fabrica. So this is all a test tonight. So trying to see if I can pull y'all back up here. Okay, so it looks a little different to me tonight on this side because I hit something. I'm glad I didn't lose y'all though. So let's see. And can y'all hear okay? Okay. Okay, so I hope y'all can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you all can hear me. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for answering. Okay, so hello everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. So let me go back and read the comments. Okay, so Andrea, two bibs. Did you put them on the Facebook? So okay, yes. Or Andrea, are you asking did I merge it into the hoop together inside of my software? Because yeah, if that's the question, yes, that is what I did. I merged it in my editing software and then I took it to the machine. Okay. And hey, Miss Sandra, thank you for coming in. I hope you're still there. I know it's been a minute since I started. Just trying to come back and read the comments. Let's see here. And David Giant Services, good evening. Good evening to you. Thank you for coming in as well. Let's see here. Hey, Juana with Crafty Puerto Rican. Thank you for coming in. Andrew Craig, you got my vote on those ugly green hoops. It takes me more time to hoop them than to do the project. All machines that use them should redesign them. The area to loosen and yeah, it's tight and awful. I agree. You see the struggle that I've had tonight, Andrew, right? Oh, the struggle is real. But again, I tried to go back to using those green hoops because I know some people that are over here that have the buy machine. If you just got it, I know you don't always. Most of the time, you don't have the money to just go out and buy the mighty hoops. So I said I would try to use those green hoops here and there too to kind of also, if nothing else, to motivate people to use them at least to get your projects done until you can get mighty hoops if that's what you choose to do, or any other type of specialty hoops. All righty. Miss Yvette is testing you tonight. Yes, indeed. It is Miss Yvette. Oh my goodness, was it testing me? Where did you say you got the design from? I got the design from Creative Fabrica. Um, I have a little time before that goes to closing it up. I'll try to share my screen and show you where I got it from. These mosquitoes, geez. Okay, and Miss Andrea, I don't want to say misery loves company, but you're going through what I experience too frequently. Oh no, hang in there though. Keep trying though. You say I didn't give up. We don't quit. We don't give up. Just gotta sometimes take a break and come back to it and start again. Okay. Okay. And awesome. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So let me try to see if I can share my screen and show you all where I pulled the design up from. And actually, I did put it in a description box. I put the link there to show where I got it from as well. So you can click that link there in the description box. But in the meantime, I want to show you where I got the design from. It actually came from Creative Fabrica. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Let's see. And this looks different here. One moment, y'all. This has been a night. Trying to see where can I share my screen at here.